some Parmesan on the face. Some Parmesan. I thought it was going to be cool with the intro. This is my music, so YouTube, I don't owe you shit. It's my music. Anyways, what's going on, YouTube? I'm trying to give you a little clip of my little snuff collection. Dry and some Oliver Twist there. Snooze. Anyways, I hope y'all can see all that. Anyways. Ow! What's up, YouTube? Alright. So, chilling on my bed right now. One day I hope to have a chair in here so I could show y'all the background. And by the way, that is a painting of Jerry Garcia. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm not religious, so don't mind the cross. This is my mother's apartment. And I'm not saying don't mind. If y'all appreciate it, if y'all are Christian, I'm not making this a religious subject, but, you know, no discrimination or anything. I am not. But anyways, I just don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. I've told y'all I'm not, and there's a cross in the background, so I'm just making a point. But anyways, that's Jerry Garcia. If y'all like the Grateful Dead or Jerry Garcia solo, then you know what's up. And anyways, right now I'm drinking a Coors Light. I'm dipping on some Copenhagen Long Cut. Picked up some Copenhagen Snuff tonight. But why we are here to talk about my snuff from MrSnuffOnline.com. Came in the mail today. Santo Domingo. If you don't know what that means Saint Dominic. Anyways, we are going to have a little pinch of snuff. We're going to put it on our nose. And we are going to talk about the smell, the scent. Talk about the nicotine level. If you're not familiar with this, it's by Fribourg and Treyer. And it's by the brand of Wilsons of SHARROW. Wilsons of SHARROW was my first snuff to first European snuff to ever sniff. And when I first got into nasal snuff, that's the first type of snuff I ordered unknowingly, and I bought 2 cans of the same type. Didn't even know that it was menthol either at the time, so it was it was different to me. I had no idea, and it was really enjoyable. But we're going to talk about this one. This is not a medicated snuff, so it's not menthol. Not really too much on the tin. Little code there. But this tobacco product damages your health and is addictive, which I'm not really going to give to the addictive part, but I will say this. It's a bunch of bullshit. But if you are 18 or 21, depending on your location, please be legal to be watching this. Be legal to be watching it. What the fuck does that mean? If you're a minor and you're not 18 or 21, depending on your location, please get off of my channel. Don't watch. This is a channel for adults. This is a channel for adults that love tobacco. This is a channel for adults, not minors. Get off. Wait till you're of age, please. I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't have to, but with the new YouTube regulations, this is a channel that is not for children. I'm a little bit loose because I've been drinking. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, the mountains are still blue, so you know it's still cold. We might crack a pinch later. Show you a little bit of my stuff collection. I want to do a little talking. We're already like 6 minutes in. A lot of them are samples that I got from a buddy of mine on Reddit. I'm going to be ordering some more Snuff soon. But as of now, I've been waiting on this to come in. I have already tried it, so this will not be the first time I crack it open. Or twist it open, whatever. But let's take a look and see what it's about. Alright. Look at that. Look at that darkness. It's as dark as the abyss. That shit is black. And that is exactly how it looks right here. Oh, don't spill any. I always spill some. I always manage to spill some. It's because I'm not doing it right. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look into it. Look at that. Look at that fluffiness. I would say the coarseness, I don't even want to say it's a medium. You know what? Let's I'm going to look up the review on it on Mr. Snuff Online, so y'all know what the review that they use for it to describe, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I think it smells like. Okay, let's go here. Sorry, I'm not a fast enough typer. And look, I already got snuff on my face. It's okay. It's all good. Okay, it's being dumb, so hold on. Get to the Google search real quick. And we're going to go to Mr. Snuff Online. You can see what I'm doing. Anyway, who knows when this video will air, because I have to use my old phone right now because my new phone was not charging the whole time while I was gone. A lot of stuff's been going on in my personal life, but as of right now, in the moment, it's very positive. I'm not going to get into too much personal detail, but things are looking up in my personal family's life, and I don't mean like my parents, I mean in my life, and my children, and my wife's. As of now, I'm not going to say anything until everything is taken care of, but like I said, everything is going in a very positive direction, so I'm very happy about that. I spent my off days, my Monday and Tuesday, my off days, with my children and my wife, and it was really nice. So I'm very happy about that. But anyways, also today my Mr. Snuff order came in. Santo, Domingo. Anyways, so very excited about this. Mr. Snuff. Alright, so you're going to go to Fribourg and Treyer, and then we're going to go down here. We're going to have to go to the second page. Santo Domingo. Alright, we're going to click on that. You know, I thought it was going to be in that big tube, this tube, but it wasn't, so I was a little bit upset that it didn't come on that. But anyways, okay, we're already 10 minutes in. I apologize for the wait, y'all. It says almost black, coarse, and very moist. Now, it is coarse, but if you're familiar with schmalzlers, I feel like it's not as coarse as a schmalzler, but it reminds me of how moist it is. It reminds me of the schmalzler. I honestly want to say it's a finer grind than a schmalzler, but it is coarse. But I kind of want to give it more of a medium or a mid-medium grind. I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion. What they say on the review, they say almost black, coarse, and very moist. The snuff is the most enjoyable snuff of its kind that I know of. This is someone else's personal opinion and preference, so it doesn't matter. It's all about what you think. But perhaps they say They don't pick up much sandalwood or cedar or violet or geranium. There's a faint woody floral hint somewhere in there, but it is masked by a magnificent leathery, peaty, moist, and rich tobacco flavor that makes this one stand out from the crowd. Some nose burn, but the moistness makes it very easy to take in large quantities, and then in parentheses, without the unpleasant throat drip of many schmalzlers. Okay, so, and I forgot about that. I've already read this. But, and that's true. Nicotine is delivered slowly, evenly over a long period of time, ideal with an Islay whiskey late at night. So they say that, it might be good with, a little bourbon or a little whiskey, a little bit of rye. Okay, this is what I think. I don't even want to say it's coarse, because like I said, to me, it's like a medium. Maybe it's a little bit coarse, but it's very moist, like schmalzlers. But I wouldn't call this a schmalzler, because whenever I dip my fingers in, okay, there are some, I don't know if you can see what I'm drawing out, but it's kind of balled up, so okay, it's a little bit coarse. It just still feels to me like it's much less of, there's much less coarseness than what, like, for example, Bernard Schmalzlers. It's not like that at all. It seems very fine, but there is some coarseness to it. There are some little chunks, some little balls into it. Now right off the bat, when I smell it, when they said there was some floralness to it, the floralness to me isn't like flowers. It isn't like rose. The floralness is more of a earthy, even a kind of a dirt smell, but not in a bad way. Now, maybe there is a tiny bit of some type of floral, flowery scent to it, and it is masked by that leathery scent that they talked about, and a very bold, rich tobacco, because it's very bold, it's very robust. It smells good, and that woody smell that they're talking about is definitely there. That's what I get from it. I get the woodiness. The floralness is very, very light, but it's very woody, very earthy. But I don't want to say earthy in a bad way. It doesn't smell like, swamp ass. It doesn't smell earthy in a bad way, or herbal. I don't want to say that. It's more of a dirty kind of smell, but not in a bad way. But it's like the floral is there for, when you first smell it, the floral is there for just a little bit. It's not long. Let's bust out the spoon, and I just want to kind of show you how fluffy it is. But when I take this, I'm not going to spoon it, because it is coarse, and I want to be able to control it when I put it in my nose. We're 13 minutes in, so I hope this video doesn't take forever. So I'm going to take a pinch, and I'm going to put it in the bottom of the tin, just so I can play around with it a little bit. Now, as I'm putting it in here, it's very clay-like, and when I say clay-like, I just mean because of how moist it is. So, if you can see this, let's see if I can. You see how black it is? It's kind of hard to. Should probably be doing this on like white paper, like most of the professional reviewers do. So, okay, there's a lot of chunks in there. I will say that. So in coarseness, yes, it's coarse, but at the same time, when you feel it in your fingers, it's very soft, very, very smooth. I guess you could say kind of grind. I don't even really know what to say about it. It smells really good. When I first tried it, I don't want to say I was unimpressed, but I want to say that it was, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I shouldn't have assumed or judged anything. But I really dig it. So, let's get into it. Let's take a pinch. Okay. Now, just from that little bit getting the excess off into my nose. There is a burn, but it's not like a Scotch snuff burn. It's more like a peppery burn, which is similar to schmalzlers. So I got a little pinch here, and I'm going to put this in my nostrils. Sniffed a little too hard there. But, okay. Sniffed a little too hard there. So, a little bit of a tearjerker. I'm going to put a little more in my nose, honestly. Put a little more in my nose, and we'll check it out. Now, immediately, with this snuff, everything that I described, what I smelt, is the same smell in my nose. A lot of snuffs, when you take it, when you smell it, it's usually a different smell once it hits your nose. This, right off the bat, like I said, it's got that mass smell of that floral, maybe a little hint of that flowery smell, but maybe it's a little prettier smelling in here. When I get it, I get the immediate leathery smell. There is a little burn, but the burn goes away very small. It's very short lived. It's not very long. So now, right after that leathery smell, you get the robust, very bold tobacco, kind of rich tobacco kind of flavor. It's like a nice, honestly, I don't want to say with a whiskey, but with some coffee, this would be great. Now we'll take a little spoonful as well. Because with it being very coarse, it's hard to get into your nose. And they said maybe I'm sniffing it a little too hard, but that you don't get quite as much of a drip. I kind of started to feel my nose run. It didn't run the first time I took it, but it's just probably how I'm sniffing it right now. Now, that leathery scent that it has kind of takes me back to the past. It has a very old-fashioned scent. It's very nice. And I want to say I really like it. I think it kind of reminds me of like an old man's workshop. I don't know how much better to describe it than to maybe running into an old antique shop, or if you have an old grandfather or an uncle or a friend's grandfather, and they have a wood shop or an antique shop. That's the best place I can think about it. Somewhere that's really old out in the country. You walk in, you smell a very old-timey kind of things that have been sitting for a while. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It smells really good. Now, depending on how hard you sniff this, when it does go, if you do get any drip from it, there is, like I said, a slight burn. But if you've ever had Bernard's Octave-Weischer, the Octave-Weischer Bernard's burns a lot more, but it's very similar. But it's not a burn to where you're talking about like dental Scotch snuff. Any Scotch snuff, you're going to get a burn in your nose, but then it's gone and it's direct nicotine. This, however, when I take too much of schmalzlers, it burns my throat a little bit. It's kind of rough. This, however, is just a little bit of a black peppery kind of feeling, and then it goes away like that, which I don't mind the drip. That doesn't bother me. I like the taste of tobacco, so bring it on. It does give you a little cough there. Like I said, I probably sniffed it a little too hard, but I don't mind it. I enjoy it. Might not seem like I am, but I do enjoy it. I want to give this out of a 1 out of 10, I give this a total 10. It's a very easy product to use. Do I recommend it as your first time snuff? No. If you're not used to it, excuse me. But I recommend if this was your first snuff, maybe give it a week and a half, maybe 2 if you're very sensitive on the nose, and I think that you catch on to it. A lot of people go straight to Scotch snuff, and whenever they try it, like at least in the U.S., excuse me, god dang, they don't, like, they're instantly, like, turned off. They're like, holy shit, that was too much for my nose. But the nicotine level isn't quite as strong. But right now I feel it, because I don't have a dip in. I haven't had a dip in probably, like, this doesn't sound long, but I probably haven't had a dip in like 30 minutes. So within a 30-minute span of time, I am feeling a little bit of the nicotine in my face a little bit. So nicotine level, I wouldn't give it as strong as a Scotch snuff, but on the nicotine level, I would give it more of like an 8. Excuse me. This is probably like my 5th beer, but I would definitely give it an 8 on the nicotine level, maybe 9 if you're not used to. I didn't think I was gonna have to do this, but I'm gonna have to bust out the hanky. 1 second. Okay. Anyways, okay. So 8 on the nicotine level, maybe 8.5, 9. But as a great snuff, I give this a 10. It definitely gives you that old kind of time feeling whenever you put this in your nose. It's I don't want to say it's sweet, but the scent that's in your nose that's left is a very bold, rich tobacco kind of sweet smell. I do not know what type of tobaccos they're using in this, but it's a great product. It's a great sniff. It's a great snuff. It's very moist. The moisture level, I would say it's pretty moist when I first open it. I feel like it's already kind of dried up a little bit, which I kind of prefer mine a little bit dry, because when it dries up, then I can kind of take it a little bit more. It doesn't stay just right here. I kind of like it to go up a little further, not into the nasal cavity, but I don't know. I like my nicotine, so I want to feel it personally. There are some more chunks in here, but I want to say it's a pretty fine grind. Like I said, I want to say it's like a mid-medium grind. When I say mid-medium grind, I mean that it's very fine grind, but there are some little chunks in there. So I'm going to take another pinch. And like I said, right, once again, I get this very woody, earthy. There's a very small hint of flowers, floral, but it's not like a rose or carnation kind of flower. It's just there, and then it's gone, and you smell more of this bold, rich tobacco flavor, like they said in the description on Mr. Snuff Online. Honestly, I want to keep talking about it because it's so new to me. I haven't had a new snuff in a while, so it's really good. I give this a 10 out of 10, man. Santo Domingo, which means Saint Dominic, if you did not know. And it's by Fribourg and Treyer Snuff, which is made by Wilson's and SHARROW. So it's a great product. I recommend anyone that is getting into snuff to try it and give it a go. If you want to try it and you don't want to buy it first, I mean, shit, hit me up. I would definitely love to send a sample of this to somebody. It's really good. I recommend anyone trying to, I recommend anyone trying to get it. That's really all I have to say about this. I'm sorry y'all had to... I hope y'all were patient with this video. I know this is probably one of my longest videos I've ever made. But it's a great snuff. I recommend anyone to try it. It's once again the nasal snuff. I keep repeating myself, so I don't really know what else to say. Maybe not for a beginner because of the nicotine level, but I mean, if you don't take too much and you take it just right, I mean, it stays in your nose. I'm not even outside. I don't think I've even smelt it outside yet. You're gonna smell it more when you're outside. But it's a very lovely smell. It's not just like taking a Scotch snuff and smelling that leather or super smoky smell, that campfire smell. It's definitely had some type of smoky cure to it with that leather scent. But it smells like a new boot. And if you like boots, which I do, it smells great. So yeah, Santo Domingo. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. I hope that I didn't repeat myself too much. I hope y'all got a lot out of it. It's great, and I recommend anyone to try it. So y'all take it easy. Peace. The Angry Buddha is saying goodbye.